Welcome. Good morning. I'm Catherine at Rogers Gardens, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my ideas for a hummingbird garden front porch. We've been talking a lot about hummingbirds this season at Rogers Gardens, so why not bring it to the front of your home as a wonderful entrance piece for you and your guests? So when we're creating a place in your garden, a nook, a corner, a porch, a patio, there are a few things that you want to consider so it all ties together. I like to think of it as 5 main elements. The first are the plants. Those are crucial when talking about hummingbirds. That is what's going to draw them to your area. So let's talk a little bit about the plants that I chose. The plants I chose for our hummingbird front porch are Mandevilla vine with this beautiful red tulipy blossom, and I really like how it is whimsical and free and really frames the front door. And at the very base of it, I have just a pop of deep purple in Angelonia. Next up here I have Kufia. There are a few different varieties. And I have to tell you, before the video started, there was a hummingbird enjoying the Kufia. So this is the real deal, and it really works. And next, I have chosen Santa Barbara bush sage, which they love. And down here, framing it, lantana. Lantana obviously comes in a variety of different colors. And then this mixed pot up front, we have the purple petunias, more lantana, can never have enough, and marigolds, and then another variety of Kufia. So those are the plants that I selected. The second element that I like to consider is color. And color is once again huge for attracting hummingbirds. I went with the reds, oranges, a hint of yellow, and bright purple. You could, of course, bring in the hot pinks, but I decided to keep my focus in another direction. The third element that I like to consider when putting a space together is size and shape of the plants that I'm using. You want each one to work together, not dominate the other. I've started in the back with something taller that, of course, frames the door, and then moved forward. And it's okay. Like here, you don't see the fullness of each one. This Kufia is peeking out a little bit. That's okay. And it's actually smaller than this pot. And that's all right. Variation keeps it interesting. A grouping makes more of a statement than just one single pot on its own. They all like to play off of each other. The fourth point that I like to consider is container. I went with the direction of our traditional terracotta red pot. This is not fussy, it's simple and clean. I wanted the colors to really pop, and I didn't want the pot's containers to detract from that, but yet the terracotta color goes really well with the mix of the reds and burnt oranges that I chose to use. Also, I would like to point out, I used some pots with saucers, some without. There is no rhyme or reason. It's really what your preference is. I guess it depends also on if you need that protection of a saucer on the surface in which you're working. The fifth and final point that I like to consider and include are, of course, accessories. Who doesn't love accessories and decor? It really finishes the look overall. So I put a few in on my porch that I'd like to point out. The first accessory that I decided to include is our Hummingbird metal mobile. How can you have a hummingbird front porch without hummingbirds, real or faux? So I think it's a really nice element, and also it provides an opportunity as a perch for your hummingbirds. It has some bells, so it moves gently in the wind and breeze. Second, I would like to point out the hummingbird feeder. Of course, the plants are natural sources of nectar, but let's add another option for the hummingbirds as well. I liked this very simple, clean glass hummingbird feeder with another touch of the burnt red. Ties in but doesn't dominate. As another accessory, I had to add this poppy red metal side table. It's not really serving a purpose, it's just cute. We have them in a variety of colors, and I was walking by the other day and it jumped out to me, so I decided to add it in. It's okay that it's only on one side of the porch and it's asymmetrical. Not a problem. I think it adds interest and another element of fun. For our doormat, have to have a doormat, I went with a wild print, but yet it's monochromatic and sophisticated at the same time. It's not overbearing, but I think it adds to the whimsicalness of our front porch. And then a touch of another color with our lime green watering can. Why not? It doesn't need to be only functional, it can be decorative as well. Another accent that I've decided to include is our front porch wreath. I've kept it very monochromatic, red, and simple. It coordinates but doesn't dominate from the other elements of our front porch. I really like how it plays off the bright red mandevilla next to it. Thank you again for joining me. I've enjoyed putting together a hummingbird garden front porch for you. As a reminder, please visit us in store. We have our program for hummingbird gardens going through August 29th. We have lots of options for plants and accessories for you to include in your area. Be sure to like this video, and also please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on both Instagram and Facebook. We'll see you in the garden soon. Bye-bye.